Top 5 ways to preserve our civilization in an extinction-level event. Wow! A very complex issue that should not be ignored indefinitely. Therefore, how to preserve our civilization in the event of a cataclysm caused by a collision of a space body with Earth, most likely a comet, an asteroid, or even more of them in a row. Several ways are within our reach, so while they are not easy and simple, they are worth our further consideration. So, let's get started. Way number 1, underground bunkers. The simplest and most accessible method, building typical bunkers, would not be of much use, probably not at all. Therefore, underground bunkers for such cataclysmic situations could be stationed at a greater depth below surface, from 50 or 100 meters, up to several kilometers deep, depending on the purpose and the funds invested. In the best-case scenario, underground bunkers could be small self-sufficient cities full of life buried deep below the surface, which is, let's assume, unsurvivable for some time, say, due to an asteroid impact. In time, these little bubbles of life could become real seeds, and humanity could reappear on the surface of the planet, with the help of technology, which could be the first to reach the surface again, and, if necessary, improve survival conditions, locally or globally. This is an option that should not be overlooked. Way number 2, stations in Earth's orbit. The next method of survival is more elegant and beautiful, of course, much more difficult, perhaps a bit impossible. In short, if humanity could in the foreseeable future produce a station in the orbit of our planet, which would be completely self-sufficient, powered by solar and cosmic radiation, and comfortably filled with living beings of human, animal and plant life origin, humanity could very easily survive the destructive shock an asteroid made to surface of the Earth. The difficulty of making an orbital station for life without inconvenience is not easy to talk about, but it should be tried. A station the size of a city, a continent, or a small satellite is simply too big an undertaking. In the case of creating an orbital station for a lifetime stay in space, they should be made quickly, efficiently and in large numbers. The ideal size would be like a 100-foot skyscraper. Ideal quantity, 20 to 40 specimens. Such space stations, of course, should not be modest in technology, because in case it is necessary to inhabit a planet where flora and fauna are almost completely destroyed due to fires, gases and other troubles caused by the impact of asteroids or meteors, self-replicating devices would be extremely useful and welcome. This method is much more difficult, expensive and inaccessible than the first, but, I would conclude, worthy of deeper consideration and investment. Way number 3, moon base. This method is self-evident. In the case of building a base for life on the moon, all the inhabitants who find themselves there, when a large asteroid or comet hits Earth, will be saved. Of course, it would not be easy for them to know that real hell was created at home, but if our goal is to preserve and save civilization, this is definitely the way to go. Yet, unlike the first two methods, building a base on the moon certainly has its logistical and technical hurdles and shortcomings. For example, in case of meteor shower, it is not impossible for some of them to hit the moon along with the Earth. Therefore, the base or more of them on the moon should work in accordance with this possibility. Below the surface, protected, ready for trouble. But I consider life at the base on the moon to be an equally valuable alternative to the first two possibilities, and quite promising. Way number 4, living in the solar system. Life within the solar system? It is not impossible and unattainable, even though today something like that seems more or less like science fiction. True, we should have functional interplanetary ships to transport goods and passengers to begin with, but once we achieve that, much previously only dreamed of would become available. Today, for example, there is talk of a trip to Mars, undoubtedly a demanding and ambitious project, but why not go one step further? Moreover, that step further could be many times more beneficial than just a pleasant and historically successful trip to another planet. Apart from Mars, the possibility of life on Pluto, Mercury, Ceres, and other smaller planetoids seems to me to be expected and achievable in near future. Undoubtedly, if human civilization were to spread throughout the solar system, the chances of survival in the event of trouble with life on planet Earth would multiply. My estimate for the realization of the first interplanetary ships for the transport of passengers and goods, at the earliest, 50 years. Further settlement of the solar system could take at least 25 years. In short, a great opportunity. Way number 5, living outside our solar system. The last and still the most distant and fantastic possibility today, whether it's living on another planet in a different solar system, or living on an interstellar ship that is on a long journey to a chosen and promising destination, something like this is not easily doable. It may not even be for at least another century, but like any possibility before, this one can happen gradually, step by step. Traveling outside the solar system does not have to be done in a rushed manner, and with a human crew. At first, androids and skillful artificial intelligences can go, which can survey and analyze a new planet, or a new solar system with greater precision and efficiency, and even get there long before human beings. If something like this succeeds, the further step of coming and adapting human beings to the new environment would be much simpler than trying everything at once. This possibility is as promising for space exploration as it is for the preservation of our civilization, in the occurrence of extinction-level event on our home planet. That is why I consider it indispensable as all of the above, and equally valuable and visionary. Did you like this video? Yes, no, or a bit of both? Whatever the case, let me know in the comments section below, and goodbye. Until next time.